Hello guys, I'm Sammy from Microbad.net, and today we're going to be talking about YouTube, especially the dark side of YouTube, where people's accounts get banned, suspended, and they want to really contact YouTube, or they have any other problems that really require YouTube's attention, Google's attention. I've had a bunch of YouTube channels over the years, and I've lost a lot of them. And at times I've been really upset because I lost a lot of money. So I literally did 3 days of research at one time, and I've researched the topic over and over and over again. So I know about 4 to 5 ways how you can actually reach people at Google, at YouTube, and make them listen to your problem. All right. However, first we need to establish some very basics. So give me a minute for that, okay? So this is YouTube, okay? This is a private company that wants to make money. First. Second, they can ban ban any account, any video for any reason that they want. It's their website. So even if if your stuff is not against the community guidelines or whatever, if you're not making them as much money as they want or whatever, you're leeching off of them, like you're leeching visitors off of their website or something, they can still ban you. Like if your stats aren't the way they want them to be, they can still ban you. It's their website, it's their decision, like they can do that. Very important to note. Third, it's Google. Google likes to outsource stuff to bots. So there's very minimal review, in my opinion, when it comes to banning people. Like, let's say 100 people flag a few of your videos, a bot's going to submit your channel for review, then a person's going to look at your channel about 3 to 4 seconds, and they're gonna look at your stats and they're gonna decide whether they're gonna ban you or not. All right, so that's very important to know. All these things are important to know. There have always been false positives where people got banned either by a bot or just by some kind of moderator that didn't like them personally or whatever. It happens, all right, and that's the time when you want to obviously contact YouTube. How do you do it? Okay, let's get into it. First, the first thing I would do at the very beginning is start going to the product forums on Google, okay? This is productforums.google.com. And then there's a YouTube section. Now, actual Google people are actually looking at these things, okay? So you need to keep posting. You need to bring your case in front of the community. There are Google people that are browsing these forums. It's unlikely that they're going to notice you at first, but if you're posting 10 threads and you just incessantly badger them on these forums, at some point, someone at YouTube will actually look at you. Now, it's more likely that they're going to look at you if you have a lot of followers that are also posting on your thread and so on, and you had a lot of subscribers. It's more likely for them to notice you, and you can make your case why you've been banned falsely or whatever your problem might be. Do that, okay? Go to the Google product forums. Very important. The YouTube Google product forums. There are actual Googlers and YouTubers, YouTube personnel that are browsing these. Second, Adsense. I assume you have Adsense if you have a YouTube channel, because most guys that have a YouTube channel want to make money off of it. If you make a certain amount of money, I'm not actually sure how much it is, like I think it's like $100 a month or something. It's pretty low. Like it's pretty low. You can actually reach people on AdSense at Google personally. And I have in the past contacted them concerning a banned YouTube channel, and they have actually sent my email to the YouTube people. At least they told me that they did. I never got a clear response from YouTube on that, but they told me that they actually inquired with YouTube. Not sure if that's true, but that's what they told me. I didn't see any effect from that, but they told me that they did it, okay? That's not the way of doing that. And that would be in AdSense, you have an actual support contact ticket where you can send emails, inquiries to actual people at Google, which is awesome. Like, it's one of the few ways that they actually give you. But you need to make a bunch of money, not a bunch of money, but a little bit of money in order to do that. But it's really low. It's like, I think it's like $100 a month. It's incredibly low. So yeah, it won't work for the smallest of YouTube channels, but for the rest it will work. Then the next way, the third way, which has been successful for some people, is press releases. Okay, now a press release. I mean, I need to start with the basics. Like, YouTube wants to avoid bad PR, right? They don't like bad press. So a press release is basically something very official, a professionally written document that releases information about a business or about any other kind of venture that gets distributed over hundreds of sites that can then be picked up by like news magazines and so on. Like, it's basically where a lot of news outlets get their information, is through press releases. Okay, let's say Toyota sells a new car. They're going to make a press release. It's going to get pushed to hundreds of sites. The press picks it up. They write about it. That's how it works. Now, you can have a press release for like $300. It's pretty expensive. But if you want to get your YouTube channel back, that's another way of doing it. Okay, and you'll also have to write a professional text. You might even have to hire someone to write a professional press release. It needs to be a very high quality document in order to actually be picked up by the press release people. It'll cost you some money. I think $200 to $300 is what you want to pay for it. Essentially, what will happen is YouTube has cron jobs where, you know, they basically get automatically informed when they're mentioned in a significant way on significant websites, and they want to avoid bad press. So if they see that there's a press release out there that shows people that, you know, a account has been suspended without reason or whatever, they're going to try and correct that. They might even contact you. I've seen that working for a bunch of people. It hasn't worked for me personally, even though I haven't actually tried that one because I'm just not professional enough in writing in English, so because I'm Swiss. But whatever. That has worked for people in the past, and I do believe that still works because YouTube is still concerned with bad press. And then the next one would be other YouTubers. Like, if you know other YouTubers, it's a good idea to always make friends with other YouTubers, especially ones that are more popular than you, so that if you get banned, you can actually ask them to make a video about it. And obviously, again, that's the same principle as the press release. It's going to be bad press, and it's very likely that if a few 100,000 people or even a few tens of thousands of people are seeing it and making enough of a fuss about it, a YouTube person will have a look at it and actually try and correct the mistake. Now, okay, the last and most niche way to actually reach people at YouTube would be through your YouTube network. Now, for those of you who don't know what a network is, that probably doesn't apply to you, but networks are more or less these things where you sign up for them and they give you certain tools to improve your videos, and they're going to take a cut of your money. They're also going to manage your like copyright strikes and so on. Like, for example, Curse is very well known for having the right to certain video games, or I don't even know, Machinima I think has like the rights to Call of Duty videos and so on. So if you're signed up with a network, with a YouTube network that actually takes a cut of your money, there's a good chance that you're going to be able to reach representatives at your network that will then have relationships with YouTube. Actually, that's a very good way to reach people at YouTube, through people at your network, because these networks, as you can see, they have like a lot of views. Like the biggest one here is like 14 billion in the last 30 days. So they're pretty influential, and they have a direct connection, like a direct phone line to people at YouTube. So if you're with a network and if you're important enough to your network, then the chances are pretty great that you're going to be able to talk to a PR person at your network, to a manager at your network, and they're going to shoot YouTube an email or a phone call. And I've seen people's YouTube channels get restored that way as well. I know also that if your YouTube account gets banned, and that would be the last way of contacting them, which in my opinion is the least productive way of doing it, is they will send you an email that has an appeal link in there, all right, where you can appeal the decision for account termination or suspension. But in my experience, having been banned like 3 times so far, that absolutely does nothing. Okay, it absolutely does nothing. And then also, like, if you're unable to recover your banned accounts, here are some reasons that I have experienced that aren't very obvious why your account may have gotten banned. First, don't leech off of YouTube, okay? If you're just using your account to leech people off of the website to come to your website or whatever, or if you're promoting weird links with ads and so on, don't do that. That's gonna get you banned. If you're doing repetitive content, like doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, and just editing the titles of the videos to get as many views as you can for different topics, YouTube doesn't like that. They might ban you. If you're doing really low quality content, like really crappy stuff where you get like 40% dislikes to 60% likes, where it's just really obvious that your quality, the quality of your content isn't very high, you might get banned, okay? Controversy is not a problem. Like, if you get a lot of dislikes because of controversy, that's okay. But if a YouTube person has a look at your video and thinks, wow, this is bad audio quality, bad video quality, bad content, why is this on this website? Chances are they're gonna ban you pretty quickly, okay? It's also chances are high that more people are gonna flag your videos and so on. However, there are always like false positives where actually accounts that get banned that shouldn't be banned, because they, for example, use the wrong titles or whatever in their videos. I know of one guy who had the title like X number of weird tricks to lose belly fat or whatever, and YouTube had the term like weird tricks to marked as spam, as spammy, because there's a lot of ads, like spammy ads online that are like 5 weird ways to, I don't know, stop aging or whatever. So he got banned for that falsely. So even though his channel was absolutely legitimate and high quality content, and he did a press release and his account got reinstated. So that's basically that, right? That's what you can do to actually reach people at Google. And what I would recommend as the best methods of doing things is spam your AdSense support email and spam your YouTube help forums, okay? Because I think those are the ones that work for the most people in most situations, and even for smaller channels. And there's a good chance if you just keep doing it, that you're actually gonna get a response. However, if you've done something really crappy like I've done in the past, where it's just, you know, you just basically leeching visitors off of YouTube or whatever, they're not gonna reinstate your channel. Or if you have low quality content, they're not gonna reinstate your channel. It's not gonna happen. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you need to be a little bit self-critical in that way. So make sure that you have an objective look at your account and think, well, does YouTube want this to be on their website? And if so, why do they want it to be on their website? Or do they not want it to be on their website? And if so, why not? And if you come to the objective conclusion that yes, they want this to be on their website, good, go for it. Invest as much as you can invest, as much as it's worth it for you, to actually reach them. I think if you're enough of a pain in the neck, they're gonna listen to you sooner or later. It's not gonna be easy to reach someone because there's not actually that many people working at YouTube, because, well, most of it is just bots. But you can reach them if you're just persistent enough. That's what I want to make people hope. You need a little bit of patience, definitely, but you can actually reach people. And yeah, and just do anything in your power. Do the appeal. Go on the YouTube product forums. Spam your AdSense contact email. Do press releases if it's really worth it to you. If it's worth it to you to write the text and to pay the money. And yeah, and contact other YouTubers. Get some press going. Maybe even contact blogs if they want to write about it. Obviously, it helps to be a big YouTuber for that. But yeah, not everybody's gonna be able to get a lot of leverage that way. But yeah, so basically that's my experience with the whole situation. I hope it helps. I know it's a really hard time when your YouTube channel gets banned, and just keep in mind, like at this point, there's one big video website, and that's YouTube. Like the reason why that is because Google is the only company on the face of the earth at the moment who has the actual infrastructure, the server bandwidth to run a service like that, like to actually handle the thousands and thousands of terabytes per second that are being streamed all over the world, right? No other company can make it work financially. Like I'm not even sure that YouTube at this point is profitable for Google. I think it is like the first year, 2016, has been the first year where it actually been profitable. So it'll probably be 5 to 10 years until other companies can make it work. Like until technology is at that point where other companies can make it work. And also Google is the only company who has a huge like ad selling business attached to it. So they make the most money out of ads of all the video providers. So there isn't really an alternative if you want to make money through videos at this point. So yeah, basically, I'm sorry, this is a bad situation, but yeah, I'm confident you'll get through it. And if nothing else helps, start a new channel, make your content better, make sure you cover all your bases, make sure you have quality content that doesn't leech visitors off of Google, that doesn't infringe on any copyrights, and just make your viewers happy. Okay, don't be too controversial, don't be insulting, just make them love you. That's a very good way of doing things. And make friends, that's a good way of doing things as well. All right, thanks you guys for watching, and see you guys soon.